gathered a room full of people, meticulously laying out a plan to bring you down. Their strategy was calculated, rooted in the belief that your light needed dimming. Psychological studies suggest that those driven by envy often orchestrate elaborate schemes when confronted by someone's authentic strength. Yet what unfolded next defied their every expectation, revealing the boundless power of divine protection. What they thought would be your undoing became the spark for your greatest victory, exposing a truth they could never grasp. Your resilience is unshakable. Picture someone approaching you now, their demeanor cloaked in false ease, every word dripping with hidden intent. They speak of moving on, of leaving the past behind, of needing your help. But your intuition screams otherwise. It's an alarm, sensing the venom beneath their honeyed words. Their true message: I've watched you rise while I'm trapped in the wreckage of my own choices. Let me close enough to strike. This isn't reconciliation, it's reconnaissance. A study of your defenses, a probe for weaknesses, a setup for betrayal. But you are no longer the person who once endured their toxicity, forged in trials they cannot fathom, shielded by forces they'll never comprehend. You've ascended to heights they can't touch. The universe has been weaving a narrative all along, one where their attempts to break you only highlight your strength, their chaos only amplifies your peace. Once, they were a parasite in your life, draining your spirit like mold spreading in shadowed corners. Your dreams eroded, your energy sapped, your light dimmed by their subtle sabotage. When you shared your aspirations, they laced their responses with calculated doubt, eroding your confidence like acid on steel. They fed on your vitality, offering only spiritual starvation in return. Even when you doubted yourself, when their gaslighting made you question reality, the universe was already preparing their downfall. Every manipulation was noted in a cosmic ledger. Every stolen spark of your energy was marked for repayment. The poison they normalized, calling your exhaustion oversensitivity, your need for support unreasonable, was no match for the wisdom in your unease. That heaviness after every encounter, it wasn't weakness. It was evidence of a spiritual battle waged against your essence. When you walked away, it wasn't just a choice. It was divine intervention, perfectly timed to protect you before their mask fully slipped. But their resentment didn't fester in silence. No, chosen one. They went nuclear. They rallied a group, painting you as the villain in a twisted narrative of victimhood. Imagine a war council, eyes glinting with malice, as lies were spun to justify your ruin. You were accused of arrogance, of outgrowing your place, of letting success make you untouchable. They crafted a plan to humble you, to strip your progress, to drag you back into their orbit. Slides were prepared, talking points rehearsed, your life dissected like a corporate vendetta. Your routines, vulnerabilities, and successes were studied with obsessive precision, as if your very existence was their full-time obsession. Your growth was twisted into an insult, your prosperity framed as a crime. They plotted to sabotage your reputation, your relationships, your ventures, each move designed to look like a tragic coincidence. But something shifted in that room. The energy grew heavy, the malice too obvious. Even their recruits, hand-picked for manipulation, began to see through the facade. One described the atmosphere as suffocating, another as witnessing the birth of something evil. The silence wasn't agreement. It was discomfort, shock, and withdrawal. As their plan unraveled, objections arose. Questions of legality and morality surfaced. The recruits backed away, unwilling to taint their integrity. The ringleaders' desperation grew, their promises hollow, their vision crumbling. What began as a campaign to destroy you ended as their own unraveling, exposing their jealousy to all. The room, meant to be their army, became witnesses to their instability. testimony that would later fuel investigations into their harassment. But their obsession didn't stop. It darkened, seeking allies in shadows, people willing to cross lines the righteous wouldn't touch. Their schemes escalated from sabotage to threats against your safety, your finances, your freedom. False complaints, manufactured controversies, and lies disguised as truth were their weapons. Yet the universe was watching, documenting every move. Their allies, sensing danger, turned into informants. Private conversations were recorded, evidence amassed. They thought they were weaving a net to trap you, but the universe was crafting their downfall. While they plotted, you thrived. Your business flourished, your relationships deepened, your peace grew unshakable. Their hatred only mirrored their own stagnation. Your joy exposed their misery. You stepped into your power, radiating a light that attracted abundance and love. And as you rose, the universe prepared a final act of justice. The betrayal came from their closest confidant, the one who fueled their obsession, who helped plan their darkest schemes. This ally, trusted above all, became the architect of their exposure, their recorded words sealing their fate. What they meant for your harm became the catalyst for your triumph. The universe didn't just protect you. It used their brokenness to reveal your wholeness, their chaos to crown your rise. You are the chosen one, not because of their schemes, but because of the divine force that turned their every move into proof of your invincibility. Their secrets, whispered in shadows, were exposed to the light. Transactions they thought untraceable were laid bare. Allies they never suspected turned into witnesses ready to testify. A perfect storm of consequences left them defenseless, stripped of all denial. Each scheme collapsed in a cascade of poetic justice. The first unraveled when their accomplices, uneasy with the malice, stepped back. The second crumbled as their allies faced sudden legal troubles. Troubles that seemed to emerge from nowhere, as if the universe itself was dismantling their network piece by piece. The third imploded when their most trusted confidant, entangled in their own web of deceit, handed over damning evidence to authorities, becoming the instrument of their downfall. The betrayer became the betrayed, the manipulator the manipulated, the destroyer the destroyed. Every move against you triggered a cosmic counterforce, amplified with devastating precision. They threw pebbles at a diamond mountain, unaware it was unshakable. Every door they tried to slam shut on your destiny swung open to reveal new opportunities. Every bridge they burned became a divine highway to greater horizons. Their weapons, forged to harm you, ricocheted back, shattering their own foundations. The legal troubles they schemed for you became their burden. The financial ruin they envisioned for you became their reality. Their attempts to frame you turned into evidence of their own criminal intent. The cosmic symmetry was undeniable, leaving even bystanders in awe. What was meant to break you became proof of your unyielding strength. The system they tried to weaponize against you became the mechanism of their destruction. The law, twisted to serve their malice, became the force that held them accountable for years of unchecked toxicity. Investigators uncovered not just their actions against you, but a broader pattern of manipulation, harassment, and abuse. What began as a personal vendetta became a public reckoning, exposing their true nature to the world. Their recruited accomplices scattered, abandoning a sinking ship to avoid the quicksand of consequences. Secrets once whispered in confidence became sworn testimonies. Their fabricated evidence against you transformed into ironclad proof of their guilt. Every attempt to tarnish your character became the blueprint for their own collapse. Their plan to ruin you architected their downfall. What was meant to humble you ended in their humiliation on a scale beyond their worst fears. The community they tried to poison with lies responded with clarity and moral resolve, restoring faith in truth. Those who knew you saw through the deception instantly. People of integrity refused to join their schemes. True friends stood by you, unshaken by pressure. Healthy souls reject poison. Balanced individuals don't rally behind campaigns to destroy someone whose only crime was outgrowing a toxic bond. Emotionally mature people don't conspire to strip dignity from someone whose light exposes others' discomfort. Chosen one. Are you truly chosen? It's easy to hear tales of divine favor, but are you living it? When I stood before forces beyond this reality, they declared true chosen ones rare. Yet here you are, receiving this message, a testament to your calling. Even those who initially listened to their complaints grew weary of their obsessive hatred. It became clear, anyone consumed with destroying another is battling demons far deeper than any claimed conflict. Those with wisdom, integrity, and love didn't just stand by. They became your advocates, your witnesses, your shield. They formed an unbreakable wall of light around you, impervious to darkness. As their legal troubles mounted and their isolation deepened, divine justice unfolded with precision. Their trusted confidant, privy to every scheme, turned against them with overwhelming evidence. This wasn't chance. It was divine justice working through human hands. Authorities gained access to everything: phone records, messages, recordings, transactions. Secrets they believed hidden were exposed for judgment. Chosen one. This was never just about them. They were mere tools, used by the universe to affirm your extraordinary nature. You are not ordinary, not breakable, not diminishable. You are guided by a divine intelligence that sees all, loved by forces beyond comprehension, protected by powers that move heaven and earth. Their schemes only proved your significance. Armies don't conspire against the insignificant. Your authenticity threatened their facades. Your growth exposed their stagnation. Your joy illuminated their misery. Every attack revealed your strength. Every scheme testified to your protection. Every attempt to break you declared your unstoppability. Their weapons became evidence of your chosen status. Your victory wasn't just personal. It was a cosmic declaration, leaving no doubt of the divine hand over your life. Their traps became their snares, their pits their graves, burying their reputation and future under the weight of their own malice. But the true triumph was your rise. While they plotted in darkness, you soared in light. While they stewed in hatred, you radiated love that multiplied blessings. You didn't just survive, you transcended, turning their traps into launching pads for greater achievements. Your story became a beacon, inspiring other chosen ones to recognize their own strength and calling. The one who drained your energy can no longer reach you. The one who made you question your worth has no power over someone anchored in divine truth. The toxic bond that once held you back cannot limit the one who has stepped into their divine purpose. You are free, protected, chosen, and victorious. Their attempt to humble you became the universe's chance to exalt you. Their plan to destroy you became heaven's stage for your comeback. The circle is closed, the lesson complete, your future burning brighter than ever. Your protection wasn't just visible, it was orchestrated on unseen levels. Opportunities appeared at perfect moments, connections materialized when needed, doors opened as others closed. That meeting you canceled, that event you skipped, that deal you walked away from, those weren't coincidences. They were divine interventions, your intuition guiding you past unseen traps. Your elevated perspective caught subtle shifts in conversations, unease in others, invitations that never arrived. These were divine buffers, shielding you from harm. The legal system moved with uncanny speed. Evidence surfaced effortlessly, Witnesses spoke with unexpected courage. Unseen hands guided justice, ensuring accountability. Every meditation, every moment of peace, every insight fortified you from within, while divine forces shielded you from without. Your presence became undeniable, calm confidence against their chaos, trust against their suspicion. Your name became synonymous with integrity, drawing professional networks, creative opportunities, and financial abundance. Their investigation widened, revealing patterns of harm beyond you. Other victims stepped forward, incidents revisited, their confidants' betrayal born of conscience, not malice, a choice for truth over corruption. Your story became a light for others, proof that divine protection is real, justice inevitable, and love triumphant. Chosen one, this is only the beginning. Your destiny is vast, your light unquenchable, your purpose unstoppable. They tried to write your ending, but the universe is still writing your story, one of brilliance beyond imagination. And now, the final act unfolds, not with the noise of vengeance, but with a quiet, steady force of truth asserting itself. Those who once conspired in darkness now find themselves exposed in light, their whispers turned into sworn testimonies, their lies crumbling under the weight of irrefutable evidence. You stand untouched, not because you were never targeted, but because divine timing placed you out of reach when it mattered most. You no longer fight to prove your worth. Your results speak louder than their slander ever could. What they intended to use for your destruction became the backdrop of your evolution. You didn't retaliate. You rose. Your silence outlasted their noise, your peace dismantled their chaos, and your authenticity revealed the hollowness of their performance. While they unraveled, you expanded into new ventures, deeper peace, restored confidence, and a life that reflects the divine favor on your name. The Watchers, once unsure, now see clearly. You were never the villain. You were the threat, not because you sought to harm, but because your truth made their deception impossible to sustain. Still, you chose grace. You healed instead of hating. You forgave not to excuse, but to free yourself. That is a power they'll never understand. The kind that transcends, that doesn't need applause, that walks away glowing while the fire behind you dies out in ash. You are not who you once were when they launched their campaign of harm. You are wiser, fortified by divine alignment, refined through every storm they thought would break you. This is your legacy. Not just that you survived, but that you transformed. They tried to write your ending, but the universe rewrote it as your beginning. The story they tried to bury became the foundation of your rise. And now, you move forward, not in fear, but in purpose. Not with scars that ache, but with wisdom that leads. Not with revenge in your heart, but with peace in your soul. Because the truth is undeniable. You are chosen, not by man, but by divine design. And you are only just getting started. And as you step forward, the path beneath your feet is no longer uncertain. It is sacred, laid stone by stone through every trial you endured, every tear you shed in silence, every betrayal you survived without losing your heart. The elevation you've reached wasn't handed to you. It was earned in fire, carved from silence, and baptized in divine timing. You walk now with a clarity that unnerves those who once thrived on your confusion. You see through masks without effort, feel shifts in energy before a word is spoken, and know, without needing proof, who is sent to bless and who is sent to test. Your spirit no longer negotiates with chaos. You do not explain your light to those committed to misunderstanding you. You do not shrink to make others comfortable. Your presence is no longer up for debate. It simply is, and it changes rooms. What once shook you now strengthens you. The very triggers that used to drain you now remind you of your healing. You are not just protected, you are positioned. And from this place of divine clarity, you build, not out of fear of what could be taken, but from the certainty that what is meant for you is untouchable. Opportunities begin to chase you. Rooms you once prayed to enter now call your name. Connections appear not through striving, but through alignment. You are magnetic, not because of effort, but because of embodiment. Every ounce of pain you've transmuted into purpose is now currency in the realm of destiny. What you touch prospers. What you speak carries weight. Your story becomes a lifeline to those still lost in battles you've already conquered. And still, you don't gloat. You don't need to. The proof is in your peace. The confirmation is in your calm. The evidence is in your endurance. You don't need revenge when you've already outgrown the battlefield. You've entered a season where your presence is the answer, your consistency the rebuttal, your peace the loudest roar. Those who tried to break you are now forced to witness your rise, not from afar, but close enough to see that nothing they did stopped what was always ordained. And this is only the beginning. Your name is being whispered in rooms of influence, your energy felt in places your feet have yet to tread. Not because you chased validation, but because you became undeniable. Your life now echoes with a divine frequency, one only the awakened can hear, an anthem of survival, strength, and sovereignty that says, I am still here, I am still rising, and I am still chosen. Prayer. Dear Father, strengthen my faith. Help me trust you when evidence is unseen, knowing your presence is constant, and your plans are for my prosperity. Thank you for hearing me. I offer this in Jesus' name. Amen.